Yo, it's your boy Burnard, and welcome to another episode of the Angry Blerd podcast, where I'm talking about everything nerdy that has caught my eye this week. And speaking of things that caught my eye, I just realized I did not close my room door, my bathroom door, or my aunt's door, so, background's blurry anyway, so who gives a shit? But, first things first, I have to give a rest in peace to Canadian voice actor Dale Wilson. So, Dale Wilson was the original American voice of Cell, Kami, and Android 8 in the Oceans Productions dub of Dragon Ball Z. So that was the original dub that was, when the hell was the Ocean dub? I believe the Ocean Studios dubs were, I want to say like the early 90s, late 80s. So yeah, they did the first 67 episodes of Dragon Ball Z. They also did the Dragon Ball Z Dead Zone movie, The Tree of Might, The World's Strongest. But we're not talking about Ocean Dub, we're talking about Dale Wilson. He provided several voices for the 1989 G.I. Joe series. He was the narrator for the series, but he also provided the voices for Captain Gridiron, Mutt, Overkill, and Skydive. X-Men Evolution, he was Jakal. He was Edward Kelly in X-Men Evolution, but he was Jakal in Mummies Alive. Paul Pooch and the Crypto the Superdog series that was on about 20 years ago. Yeah, used to come on Kids WB when that was still a thing. He provided the voice of Cloud Reed on Card Captors. Duke Fried on the Vision of Escalaflone, Smokescreen on Transformers Armada, Haldo on Zoids Fusers, Mudflap on Transformers Cybertron, Peng Hercury on Mobile Suit Gundam 00. Reboot, he was Wellman Matrix and Fake Megabyte. The Street Fighter animated series, he was Akuma and Mike Hager. He was Robert Kelly on Iron Man Armored Adventures as well. So, yeah, he was doing voice acting for, it looks like up until 2018. He was on a Christian animated show called Superbook. He passed away on January 6th at the age of 74 years old due to complications of prostate cancer and Parkinson's disease. So, yes, rest in peace to Mr. Dale Wilson. Please go get everything checked out. If you can. Even if you can't, just take the L on your credit score. But yeah, health is wealth, people. So let's have a moment of silence for him. So now that we are in a new year, let's talk about the highest grossing Hollywood films at the worldwide box office for 2024. So I'm just giving you guys the top 10. Number one at 1.7 billion, and I'm looking at this list. I've only seen 3 of the movies on here. 1.7 billion, Inside Out 2. Didn't see it. 1.34 billion, Deadpool and Wolverine. I obviously saw it. I reviewed it. $969 million. Despicable Me 4. The funny thing is, I like the Despicable Me movies, but I never see them in theaters. Like, I always end up buying them like when they go on sale. Like, I missed it this Black Friday, so maybe it'll be on sale again. 913.3 million. Moana 2. Same way I feel about Despicable Me, I feel about Moana. I bought it like on a Black Friday, like I want to say like maybe a decade ago. So I'll probably do the same thing this year. $714.4 million. Movie I have no intention of seeing because the audio quality was so shitty in the first one. Dune 2. $655 million. Wicked. Don't do musicals. $571.7 million. A franchise I don't care about just because it's no story or anything to it. It's just vibes. Godzilla X Kong. $547.7 million. Another franchise I don't care about. Kung Fu Panda 4. Forgot it even came out. $476 million. Once again, just vibes. Venom, The Last Dance. And at number 10 with $451 million. Co-written by Two of my favorite individuals, the creators of Smallville, Al Gough and Miles Miller. Beetlejuice. But some of the comments are divisive. Like one of them said, Venom 3 did not earn that with its quality, but the hype from the first two films. This one fell into Sony's classic film failure cycle. The Sony Marvel line division is the most ineffective business unit in Hollywood. Somebody said, sad to see Deadpool and Wolverine's weak ass up there. The public really has a problem acknowledging what's good and what's a popcorn flick of the week. I mean, look who's about to be president. No one said that Deadpool and Wolverine was like the movie of the year. We know that movie is a popcorn flick. But Ryan Reynolds is on record saying that it's a popcorn flick. Somebody said, here comes people saying everything is a sequel and not original. There's plenty of original movies. You guys just don't go to the theaters for them, which is an actual fucking fact. That's why I told somebody in the comments, they were talking about something Disney related. And they were like, Disney doesn't have any original ideas anymore. I'm like, they do have original ideas. Some of them came out during the pandemic, so you watch them on Disney Plus, or they're just pushing them straight to Disney Plus, or motherfuckers don't go see them. Like Lightyear, yes, it's a part of Toy Story, but it's an original film. Strange World, nobody saw that. Somebody said Deadpool and Wolverine should have been number one. Disney is back to form and hit. Okay, I just fucking spelling errors. Okay, Disney is back to form, and here it comes to box office domination. Despicable Me never stops. Just give it time. Sonic will be there too. There's a Kung Fu Panda 4. Had no idea. We need better stories, not better marketing. This list makes me sad. I'm not listening to somebody who's paying for a blue check. You're Elon's bitch. But I mean, it is what it is, really. So what can you say? All right. Next story. So, as you guys know, Sony is in the process of making another sequel to the Uncharted film. When is it going to come out? I don't know. But they made an announcement a couple days ago where, you know, they were talking about their IPs and everything, just gearing up for the next season of The Last of Us. And they said, hey, we're going to make more video game adaptations. So one of the announcements they made at its keynote for the Las Vegas electronics event last week. So they said that they will be making a Helldivers film, a Horizon Zero Dawn film, since the Netflix series is no longer coming, which I did not know. Crunchyroll and Aniplex are adapting the multiplayer element of Ghost of Tsushima Legends, and that will be coming out in 2027. And it's very weird that they're making a Helldivers movie, because Helldivers is basically Starship Troopers. Because that was literally the pitch for the game. They were like, what if Starship Troopers was a multiplayer shooter? I'm pretty sure all of these will be good. I didn't play the Ghost of Tsushima's Legends, and I also don't have Crunchyroll, but I love Horizon. Never played Helldivers. I wonder if that's on PlayStation Plus for premium users. I gotta check that out and find out. But, you know, what can you do, really? I would like a release window for the second Uncharted movie, because Mark Wahlberg's supposed to be growing out his mustache for that. So, as we know, we are getting a It series, titled It, Welcome to Derry, with Bill Skarsgård returning as Pennywise and Andy Muschietti will be the showrunner, which is very weird because he's a director. But okay, whatever. But he basically laid out the plot line of how this show is going to work, and he basically wants to do a 3-season arc for the story. So, as we all know, Pennywise pops up every 27 years. He was saying he wants the first season to take place in 1962. Then he wants the second season to take place in 1935. And the third season to take place in 1908. And, that's actually a pretty good idea to work backwards. He's kind of like stealing the Fear Street motif, or it takes place during different points of time. But don't forget that it takes place in 88 and 89. So, and I don't remember where it chapter 2 takes place. What? 17? I want to say something like that. And don't forget the original it that came out. The novel takes place in the time frames of 1957 to 58 and 84 and 85. But we only know that one season has been confirmed so far. But yeah, I like that idea of having of working in reverse. I mean, they already shot the first season, so there's not really much you can do. And literally, it takes place in 62, so that would literally put it right at the tail end of the first movie. I don't know. They kind of wrote themselves into a hole with that one. What is my next story? So, Shift Up, the studio who made Stellar Blade. I don't usually talk about the mechanics of companies and how they treat their employees, but this is one time where I'm going to talk about a company and how they how they treat their employees. So, Shift Up gifted all their employees PS5 Pros and a $3,400 end of year bonus due to the success of the Stellar Blade game. And honestly, I like stories like this, and just looking at some of the comments, some people are saying positive things about the company, some people are saying negative things. One person said they hiring and posted a photo of Shannon Sharp. And this one hit me right in the chest. Meanwhile, in America, if you're lucky enough to keep your job, you get a pizza party as a reward / bonus. Then this guy just being negative Nancy. That bonus is not that great. Back in the heyday of Western AAA excellence, QA department game testers would get that bonus for the $5K a year. QA leaders, $7K a year. Any kind of writer, artist, or level creator, $7 to $10K a year. Any leader, writer to level creator, $10 to $20K per year. It's bro, shut up. Then somebody said that one employee who already had a PS5 Pro right now posted the video of the guy in the UK who does TikTok videos and stuff, just crying on the ground no. Said, imagine amazing what can happen when you make games for gamers. Nice to see employees getting bonuses and not fired for once. This guy's 3.4K, that's not a bonus. What are you talking about? That is a bonus. Fucking idiot, man. Some people are just bitter. Why is Brock Lesnar trending? He wasn't on SmackDown or Raw. But I'm gonna take a break. Listen to After Dubby. Be right back. I'm gonna close these fucking doors because that's annoying me. This episode is brought to you by Dubby. Dubby gives you focus and energy without the crash and jitters. It has no sugar, fillers, or artificial dyes. Mix 1 packet or scoop into 8 or 12 ounces of water. Stir or shake well. Some powderiness is normal, and it has all the important vitamins. So this has vitamin C, B3, B6, and B12. And it's made from coffee fruit extract. So drink it and go conquer a task. And go to Dubby.gg and use my promo code Angry Blerd 10 at checkout to save 10% on your order. That's Dubby.gg with promo code Angry Blerd 10. Ah, shit. I hate Pinnacle Vodka. Alright. Next story. And this one pissed off the incels on the internet. Holes. The movie starring Shia LaBeouf, Cleo Thomas. Who else was in that bitch? John Voight. I want to say Susan Sarandon. And I'm very scared to Google Holes movie. Patricia Arquette, Sigourney Weaver, Henry Winkler, Dule Hill, because he can fix that. It's getting a TV series. Yes, you heard me. A TV series. So Alina Mankin, I have no idea who she is. She will be serving as the writer and the executive producer, while Liz Fang will serve as the showrunner and the executive producer. Drew Goddard will also executive produce via his production company, Goddard Textiles, alongside Sarah Esberg. Walden Media, who produced the film, is also producing the pilot and has been attempting to get a series version of the book off the ground for some time, according to sources. Mike Madovey will executive produce, with the rights holder Shamrock executive producing. And a lot of people are mad because they are gender swapping Stanley's character, who was played by Shia LaBeouf. So it will be a woman, a girl-led show. Some people are on Twitter saying we don't want it. Whole stands as it already is perfect. If they're going to remake it as a show, just keep the story how it already is. You know what? I'm going down to see this. This would be an interesting take. Gender swap in TV series. Oh man, can't see this lasting more than one season. Somebody said otherwise known as bonus holes. Why? Oh, awesome. This is just what everyone's been waiting for. This will work out the same as it always does, and Hollywood will learn the completely wrong lesson from it. Someone said, but why? Make a new show for a different audience to take an established IP and flip it. It didn't work for Ghostbusters. It's not going to work for this. The dumbest shit I've ever heard of. Unrealistic that women would or could last digging holes as a form of punishment. GTFOH. Always with the gender swap. Dumb. Oh, it's gender swapped. Hasn't Disney dug themselves in enough holes already? The guy who said women would or could, unrealistic that women would or could last digging holes as a form of punishment, that's just a dumb take, okay? Because my father owned his own construction business, and at least a good half of the crew that he had were women. And it was my father's small little company. So there was no office. There were no women in the office. They were out there literally breaking up slabs of sidewalk, pouring out the new cement and layering it and, molding it and everything. So that's just a dumb take. It is dumb to just flip the whole concept of the book, because then it's not the book anymore. You're being inspired by the book. And I've never read the book, but I saw the movie once. Don't really remember that much about the movie besides Dule Hill flirting with a white woman, Shia LaBeouf's character allegedly stealing shoes, and that's what got him put in the program in the first place, and in the fucking song they made up. Cleo was on a podcast I listened to called See the Thing Is, and he was talking about, his experience on the set and how they made that song. It just started as a freestyle, and then boom, it became a thing. But yeah, I mean, I don't care, honestly. I'm not the demographic. Sure, let him gender swap Stanley's character. I don't care, like I said. National Treasure was good. And yes, keep in mind that wasn't a gender swap. That was a continuation with a whole new character. She was in no way form related to Benjamin Gates, who was Nicolas Cage's character. But it is what it is. Next story. Dexter Resurrection. Got some casting news on that. David Zayas, Jake Alcott, and James Remar will all return as series regulars on Dexter Resurrection. And honestly, I can't wait. So if you don't know, David Zayas played Angel Baptista on the original series, and made a cameo appearance in Dexter New Blood. Jake Alcott plays Dexter's son, Harrison. He will be reprising his role from Dexter New Blood, and James Remar will be reprising his role from the original Dexter series as Harry Morgan, who was basically Dexter's conscience, as well as appearing in flashbacks. So I'm back on the Dexter train. I am watching. I forgot the name of the show already. Original Sin. I'm not reviewing it because, honestly, I don't know why I'm not reviewing it, but it's too late now. We're like halfway done with the season. And maybe I'll give an overview when the season is done. But, yeah. So we got some returning people. Why is Brock Lesnar trending? Oh, I guess people are just talking about Brock Lesnar. I'm like, he didn't come back. All right. So I've been telling you guys for the longest, and it's about to actually come into fruition. TikTok has confirmed that they will shut down in the U.S. on January 19th. I am recording this Saturday, January 11th. So by the time this comes out, guys, you will have 7 days to enjoy TikTok, unless the Supreme Court strikes down or postpones the law forcing it to be sold. So keep in mind that it's just in the U.S. They have had offers to have it bought by several people, and ByteDance is just like, no. And I get it. I'm not a fan of TikTok. I've been on this podcast multiple times saying I'm not a fan of TikTok, but I'm also just not a fan of downloading any type of new social media app that could just, mine my data. So it is what it is. I think the last social media app I downloaded may have been Blue Sky, and I had the original version because I got a beta code for it, and that was like 3.5, 4 years ago at this point now. But yeah, TikTok is out of here, guys. So go save all your TikToks from your favorite social media starlets and kiss it goodbye. So next story, Assassin's Creed Shadows. I told you guys about this game sometime like mid last year, where you will be playing as Yasuke, the Black Samurai. This game has been delayed again. So this was originally supposed to come out November of last year. It got pushed back, I believe, to January. But hey, January's here, and now we have a new date. It has been delayed to March 20th, 2025. Somebody made a post that said, so you launched the Assassin's Creed Shadows game on a day with one of the worst Japanese terrorist attacks. You really don't care about history, do you? So apparently, March 20th in Japan was the Tokyo subway sarin attack, which happened on March 20th, 1995 by members of the cult movement Amun Shirioko. But it is also the International Day of Happiness. Somebody said they should just cancel the game because Ubisoft's already in trouble. They need to give the series 2 years off and maybe reboot it. And so I said to him, yo, dumbass, the last game came out 5 years ago. And somebody said at this point, Assassin's Creed Shadows is playing hide and seek with its own release date. Though after the Cyberpunk launch disaster, maybe this is not such a bad thing. And there are plenty of fanboys who swear to be a success, and Ubisoft is fine. They are competing with GTA, who can delay it the most. Guess they can't release it since they didn't change the characters or even the story. I'm not buying this game until all the DLCs are in the game. I really want this game to not suck. Some asshole paying for a blue check to say get rid of the Black Samurai. Is there still a fan base for this game? So I'm replying to the asshole who said no one wants a Black Samurai. So I'm just saying sorry, the game is historically accurate. But yeah, I don't care about Assassin's Creed, and honestly, I haven't cared about Assassin's Creed for 11 years. The last one I played was Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag, and that was when they got rid of Desmond and basically used the Animus. They like harvested his body to activate the Animus, which was just like one of the dumbest things. I feel like once Assassin's Creed Black Flag came out, they wrote themselves into a corner, and I was like, how on earth did this happen? Oh, yeah, because you killed off your protagonist, who is the person who is the avatar for, the assassins. So I don't know, like, if they retcon that. You know what? Let me call Samir real quick, because he's been playing the assassins. It's funny how our we switched our prerogatives on Assassin's Creed, because he was one to not play those games at all. But as soon as they got rid of Desmond, and I don't know what the whole deal was, but he got on them, and he's been loving them ever since. So hopefully he answers the phone, and this isn't a very awkward thing like when I called my goddaughter last week and she didn't answer the phone.
Yo.
Hey, I'm recording the podcast, and I got an Assassin's Creed question for you. Because I'm talking about Assassin's Creed Shadows being delayed again until March.
Yeah, what about it?
So, refresh my memory. As far as the franchise goes now, there's no more Abstrago. There's no more Animus crap because Desmond died at the end of Revelations.
All the way up until
because the last one I played was Black Flag, and
Odyssey had Abstergo stuff. So did Origins.
What about Valhalla?
I try to remember Valhalla. You know, I didn't complete that game. It was very advanced. It had a lot to do, and it kind of was discouraging.
No. So you can't remember.
With Arrivals, you're killing me, man. You're killing me, Slow.
I'm sorry, but I just had to ask the question, and you the only motherfucker I know who still plays Assassin's Creed.
A lot of people still play those games.
I literally just said you're the only person I know. I don't know everyone in the world, Samir. Talking to one guy I know who plays the games. But go ahead and play Rivals. Thank you. Tell the podcast bye.
Bye.
All right, see ya. But so yeah, see, even he can't even remember. Let me go on Wikipedia real quick because that was not helpful at all, Samir. All right, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. All right, Wikipedia plot. No, give me the plot. In 2020, the unexplained strength in the Earth's magnetic field negatively affects the planet. Lai Hassan, Sean Hastings, and Rebecca Crane. So, yes, the Animus is still a part of the Assassin's Creed games. Don't know how people are using it, but it is what it is. All right, like I said, I have no intention of getting in that game. But next story. So Sony has been just going through its ups and downs with management and everything regarding the Sony Spider-Man universe. I believe I told you guys at the end of the year that the connected universe was officially dead in the water with, you know, the financial bombings of Madam Web, Kraven the Hunter, and Morbius. Because the only thing that was making fucking money was Venom. So Palak Patel, who was an executive at Sony, has left said film company, and he oversaw all the Sony Spider-Man spin-off films. He serves as the studio's point man for the MCU Spider-Man films as well. So I don't know what that means as far as the Tom Holland movies are going to be, because we are supposed to be getting a Spider-Man 4 movie sometime. But he went to go work at a company called Prime Focus Studios, who worked on the Garfield movie. And they're currently in production of a movie called Animal Friends. Why does this sound familiar? And the Angry Blerd 3 movie. The Angry Blerd, not the Angry Blerds. I ain't got no damn movie. The Angry Birds movie 3. I forgot there was a second Angry Birds movie. What the fuck is Animal Friends? So Animal Friends is a upcoming live action animated road action comedy film that stars Ryan Reynolds. Loco! There you go. It's supposed to be coming out October 10th this year. It stars Ryan Reynolds, Jason Momoa, Vince Vaughn, Aubrey Plaza, Addison Rae, Dan Levy, Laurel Harry, and Ellie Bamber. Why does that name sound familiar? Yeah, I didn't see nothing with her in it. But yeah, so don't know what that means for the future of the Sony Spider-Man universe. Like I said, last time I checked, it's dead in the water. But I don't know. I really don't care. One of my favorite TV shows from the late 2010s or so is getting a movie. So, NBC, Peacock, Universal, whatever you want to call it, the company that is slowly losing the rights to all WWE franchises and properties, because Raw is now on Netflix and SmackDown is the only thing that is left on USA. Oh, but they still have the PLEs. But they are also responsible for one of me and Loco's favorite shows, Psych. Oh, I mean, USA was in their bag like back in the day. Like in the early to mid 2000s, they had all this shit. They had Psych, Monk, Royal Pains, Common Law, Graceland, Suits. And then it all went down the shitter because they decided to get into reality TV. But this aired on NBC. Grimm is getting a movie. So Peacock is developing a reboot movie based on the 2011 NBC series with Grimm writer Josh Burnard and series creators David Greenwald and Jim Kolf. So the details of the plot are unavailable, but the movie is believed to have ties to the original series. So, I mean, I really wish... I don't remember how the last season ended, and I've been meaning to watch this, and I'm trying to make up my mind where I'm going to watch it, because wherever I watch it, I'm going to have to deal with ads. So it's both on Peacock and Prime Video. So I really do want to get on and rewatch this, because I've been rewatching a lot of shit lately. Like I rewatched Californication on Showtime. I'm currently on a rewatch of House of Lies that was also on Showtime that starred Don Cheadle. So this will probably be my next rewatch. I really hope the entire cast comes back. I don't want it to be like a soft reboot, because David Guintoli, who played the main character Nick, who was the Grimm, I don't think he's got any TV shows like in the works right now, because he was on A Million Little Things for a long time, and his wife, who we actually met on the show, Bitsy Tulloch, is done with Superman and Lois. So bring the cast back, run everybody back, okay? That's the best way to do it. All right, we got 3 psych movies with everybody coming back. 1 Monk movie. We're getting a Suit spinoff where Gabriel Macht, who played Harvey Specter, will be in the first couple episodes. So yeah, there's that. All right, next story. The Last of Us season 2. We got a teaser trailer with HBO/Max's sizzle reel last year, but now we have a release window for season 2 of The Last of Us. Keep in mind, I have not watched this trailer, so you will be getting my initial reactions on this. But season 2 of The Last of Us will be premiering sometime in April of this year. So let's check out this trailer. So, Pedro Pascal's back. Bella Ramsey is back. New cast members. I told you about this over the course of the past year and a half. Caitlin Dever will be playing Abby. Isabella Mercia will be playing Dina. Young Menzino will be playing Jesse. Tati Gabriel will be joining the show as Nora. Ariella Barrer will be Mel. Spencer Lord is Owen. Danny Ramirez is Annie. Gabriel Luna and Retina Wesley will be returning as Tommy and Maria. So let's check out this trailer. Just a minute. Is that supposed to be Abby? She's playing like young Abby?
It doesn't matter if you have a code like me. There are just some things everyone agrees are just wrong.
It was a teaser, so I mean, you really didn't see shit. You saw a little bit of Caitlin Dever as Abby. You saw some walkers or clickers. Like hit a wall. You saw Tommy and Maria and Joel, obviously, but Caitlin Dever didn't bulk up for this role. And if you played The Last of Us Part 2, or you can go back and listen to when me and Samir briefly talked about it, Abby is built like she's like on some like bodybuilder type stuff because of the things that happened from, I can't really say much without giving the game away or giving the season away. Yeah, Abby needs to be shredded. So if she's playing like Abby in flashbacks, cool, but I don't know. Okay, so hopefully this is my last time talking about Kraven the Hunter on this fucking podcast. So when I talked about the movie during the review of Kraven the Hunter, I talked about Rhino making a weird noise. So I'm going to actually post a clip here. It'll get flagged by Sony or whatever. I don't give a damn unless, you know, they completely block the video feed from watching the episode. So here's the clip.
The Kraven hit failed. All of our guys are dead.
So, as you heard in the clip, the rhino made a very weird noise after he found out that Kraven did not die. So here's apparently what happened. Alessandro Nivonola, who played Alexei Zeskievich, was doing an interview with the Hollywood Reporter, and he said that he initially done a silent scream during the shooting, basically because he decided for that moment it seemed to pay off since he got the crew to laugh. But then the director told him that it would be kept in the film's final cut, but then for some reason they added that noise in post-production. So I'm just like, what the hell was that? Why would y'all do that? But yeah, it was just dumb. And I ain't really got much to say about it besides it was fucking dumb and it was a dumb decision. So I don't know why J.C. Shandor, who is an award-winning director, would make that decision. Because somebody needs to make it make sense to me. All right. Let's cue the spoiler alert, people. So we are going to talk about episode 7 of Creature Commandos. All right. And episode 7 was titled A Very Funny Monster. As I said before, for the past 6 weeks, the show is completely written by James Gunn. This episode was directed by Matt Peters. So in this episode, we got Nina's origin via flashbacks like everyone else's. Nina was born with her lungs outside her body. Her father, Edward Mazursky, built a device to help her breathe before he decided to experiment on her, which basically turned her into an amphibious mutant. So after years of homeschooling, he enrolled her in a private school to help her socialize, but then she is bullied by students, which eventually caused her to run away. And she was living in the Star City sewers until she's captured by the police. Once again, James Gunn, fuck you. Why are you making me feel this way about a cartoon? All right. So Nina's father sees it on the news where she's been captured and she's getting ready to be hauled off somewhere because somebody saw her and basically labeled her a mutant, a monster, whatever, what have you. So he went there. He was trying to apologize for doing what he did, although it was to keep her alive. The cops shoot her father in the back, kill her right in front of her eyes. I'm surprised she didn't go nuts and just start murdering people, because they hauled her off the Bel Rev and she didn't do nothing. She's in the same boat as Weasel, okay? Two innocent people or creatures, if you want to call them that, who didn't do nothing. Weasel was playing with them kids, and that old white guy came and just fucked everything up, blew up the school. Weasel tries to save one of the girls. The cops shoot him in both his arms, makes him drop the girl. He tries to go back and get her, and then they basically treated him like he was a black man. So yeah, Nina gets hauled off to Task Force M, and then we cut back to present day where the Creature Commandos, like I said at the end of the last episode, they are outside of the castle in Pelokistan, where Eric Frankenstein finally catches up to them, tries to warn them about everything that him and Rick Flag came across. The bride literally shoots him in the face and calls him, what the hell did she call him? I'm going to it right now because I got Easter eggs in here as well. No, she didn't call him anything, but she shot him a few times. Phosphorus made a joke, calling him a paramour, and then she called Phosphorus Ghost Rider. But yeah, so Princess Rostovich goes for a swim. The bride tells her, hey, Nina, you have to kill her because we can't get near the water. You're the only one of us who can breathe on the water. So she goes to kill the princess. Weasel is freaking out because Weasel has formed a bond with the princess, and she basically spent one episode playing with them for like a good 45 minutes or a couple hours or whatever they said. The princess sees Nina. They fight on the water, and the princess kills Nina. Meanwhile, back in the good old US of A, Amanda Waller's beside Rick Flag's bedroom, hospital bed, and tells him, yo, you made a fucking mistake before he passes back out. So Waller and Akamonos goes to what is it? The science. What was her name? The scientist, whoever said Circe's predictions are usually right, found out that it was actually Clayface, and that they were being set up. So after Nina dies, Waller calls the the castle. The head of security basically gives the bride the phone, tell her we made a mistake. Nina dies. The bride confronts Princess Rosovic, revealing that they saw earlier on the tapes that she used Clayface to trick Waller and Flag, which it makes no sense to me. Why would the princess use Clayface to trick Waller into setting up for the killer? But anyway, the bride kills Princess Rosovic. They all leave, and they go back to America, where Waller basically gives them a whole new ward of Bell Rev, where it's a whole new team of creature commandos with the bride, Phosphorus, Nosferatu, Callus, Weasel, and a rebuilt GI robot, and King Shark as the new iteration of Task Force M. And we got a post-credit scene where the old woman who called Eric Frankenstein and told him that the bride was snooping in the castle is tending to his wounds. So yeah, it was that good freaking season finale. But like I said, the only thing that really made no sense to me was why Rostovitz would hire Clayface to trick Waller into killing her. So on a scale of 1 to 5, because I am no longer doing 10s and I'm not doing halves, I would give this a 4. And the main reason it's getting a 4 is because that made no sense to me at the end of it. I might have to rewatch it for it to make sense, but yeah, I mean, I didn't really get the logic behind, hiring somebody to attempt to get somebody to kill you, because who does that? All right, Star Wars Skeleton Crew, Episode 7. We're gonna be in so much trouble. Written by Christopher Ward and Tom Watts, and directed by Lee Isaac Chung. So, the parents of our heroes of the show, Fern's mom, Wim's dad, Neil's mom, and KB's mom, they build a transmitter to send into outer space, but they get caught by the security droids. So they all basically play hot potato with this transmitter, and they all get shot and paralyzed. So one gets shot, the other one picks it up, so on and so forth. And William, is it William? I never remember his father's name. Wendell gets the transmitter up before they all get caught. But then we cut back to space, where Brutus and his crew alongside Silvo are outside of Atten, and they send down a ship to make it through the atmosphere, the defensive barrier, and that ship doesn't make it. And then somehow not somehow, but then the kids come up with the Onyx Cinder, and John's like, that's the key to get it into the getting through the barrier. So Jod actually kills Brutus after the children incapacitate him, because they basically shanghaied the ship. He becomes captain again and tells the pirates to conceal themselves until he obtains the location of the vault. So the children actually sneak away, and they get back on the Onyx Cinder just to find out that Jod actually snuck aboard the ship. And Jod kills SM-33 and basically says, you kids need to shut up or you're next. And the security droid is interrogating the parents, while the supervisor is saying that a Republic emissary is landed on Atten. So Jod poses as that same as said emissary to gain access to the vault before he can meet the supervisor. The children are briefly reunited with their parents before Jod pulls out the lightsaber, and it fades to black. So yeah, Jude Law's the bad guy. Was not expecting that twist. I really thought, like, I mean, I know he's a pirate and everything, and he threatened Fern, but he just greedy, and I get it. There ain't enough for everybody, but I really love this show. We got one more episode next week, and then that'll be that as far as Star Wars property goes until Andor comes back, which I will not be fucking reviewing because I couldn't even get past the first episode of that show. Well, anyway, guys, that is it for this week's episode of the Angry Blerd podcast. I am your host, Bernard. Be sure to rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Go to w.gg, use the promo code AngryBlerd10 at checkout. No movies came out this week that I need to review. In 2 weeks, I might be reviewing Wolfman, so we'll figure that out from here. All right, peace.